How you doing, guys? Big Mate Dan School here again today, back with another live stream for you on this Sunday. I'm a little later than I intended to be for a number of reasons. I slept in because I drank half a bottle of rum last night while I was watching Let's Make It Orky and Be the Little Mermaid stream Phasmophobia on Twitch, and I was having issues again with setting the stream up. And basically what I like to do is try and set the stream up on mobile first, and then link to that stream. How you doing, Darren McCormack Parker? Welcome to the chat and welcome to the stream, this time on YouTube. Yeah, so I like to set the stream up first on mobile because I find it really easy to do on mobile, but quite often that leads to issues with the PC. The PC, when you go onto the YouTube website on your PC, it doesn't always find the stream, and it's really, really irritating. So I need to just learn to take my picture and everything, send it over to my computer and set the stream up on the PC because it makes it a lot easier. I'm just going to nip into the other stream that was scheduled. Morning, Essex boys. How you doing, Clint, mate? Welcome to the stream of the chat. Yeah, I'm just going to nip over to the other scheduled stream on YouTube and double check there's no one in the chat there, and I'll bring them over to this one if there is someone in the chat. So, bear with me a couple of minutes while I'll get some painting done on this stream, hopefully. Fingers crossed I'll get the majority of the paintwork on these actual Flash Gitz done today, because I've been taking too long on these, quite frankly. I've fallen back to just on schedule now with the Hobby 365 challenge, where I'm trying to paint 365 miniatures in a year. So that's a little frustrating, but hey, there we go. Right, let me just check if there's a upcoming videos, uploads, upcoming live streams. Click on that, see if there's anyone in the chat there. There's no one in the chat there, so I can just straight up delete that. Excellent. I go to studio. I'll delete that so no one joins that stream by accident, and then I'll be back with you guys in the chat on this stream. Yeah, it's a little frustrating at times, YouTube. One thing I'll be adding to my channel soon is a join function, which I've been thinking about doing for a while, but I kind of wanted to sort out my Twitch affiliate status first, which I should be an affiliate. All going well by Monday, basically, because I need to do one more stream. You need to do 7 streams in a month. You need to have 50 followers, and you need to have an average viewer count of 3 or more, and a certain amount of hours streaming on different days and stuff like that. And the last thing I need to achieve is the 7 streams in a month thing, because with me being in work now, I'm not streaming an awful lot. When I say with me being in work now, what I mean is with me being in my new job, I'm not streaming an awful lot because it's long hours, so I can't be streaming every night. I kind of have to go to bed at certain times as well. Often I'm in bed at between 8 and 9 o'clock at night because I'm up at 4. Right, my alarm went off at 3 something this morning, and I was like, oh no, what's happened there? I must have set it for Sunday by accident. But then I woke up eventually at live. Okay, so we need to delete this, not this stream. We need to delete the stream that's been scheduled. Delete. Right, edit. Details. Edit. I should have just clicked on it, shouldn't I? Check the box. Go back, because I don't think I can delete it from this page. Oh, YouTube's hard work sometimes. Yeah, but Twitch is tricky at times as well. I've been sorting out my commands and stuff for Twitch, and I found out you can do a load of commands and stuff in your chat on YouTube as well. So it's basically all the same sort of stuff, because you just use a bot, like Nightbot, and then you link these commands to it, and you can activate certain things on YouTube. So I'll be hopefully adding certain interactive elements to my chat on things in future. I can't see the chat at the minute, by the way, so if you're chatting away at all, I can't see it. More actions, delete forever, maybe. Come on, more actions. When I run a few things on my computer, when I've got a few tabs open and stuff. Oh yeah, I've clicked delete forever anyway. When I've got a few tabs open and stuff, my PC just really slows down. I've got, at the minute, I could close my Discord because I don't need that open. But at the minute I've got Discord, I've got Spotify, I've got Streamlabs, I've got the sound thing open, which shouldn't really take much stuff, but it's just so I can alter the volume of stuff. If I think something is too loud. I've got my headphones on my lap at the minute, but the music seems to be at a reasonable level. Let me know if you can hear it and whatnot. But yeah, when I start asking my PC to do stuff, it really starts struggling. I'll leave that as is. Here we go. Just sorted OBS on my laptop so I can now do dual camera stuff finally. Brilliant stuff, mate. Awesome. Right, let me see the music. That's the music. So, yeah, awesome stuff, Clint. It'd be good to see you doing a bit of dual camera stuff on your own laptop, Aruni. Yeah, paint Flash Gitz today. Fingers crossed I'll get them close to done. I haven't shared this video, so I need to share this video, and then we can crack on with the old streaming thing. Where are we now? Flash Gitz. I always get messages when I'm trying to do stuff. It's very irritating. So anybody who's just sent a message to that group chat on WhatsApp, you're not irritating me, really. Share. Yes, this is what we want to do. This is the live stream you've come for, isn't it? Watch me share videos onto various social medias. Well, mainly Facebook, really. Might be cheeky and share it somewhere else as well. Right, so we need to share it to Big Mac Band School's page. I don't need to do photo, really, do I? What I need to do, though, is share the description. No, I don't need to share the description, no. I can just create a new thing. Create post. This is enticing stuff, enthralling stuff. Paste. Just going live, painting some Flash Gitz on YouTube. Join me in the chat for some wholesome hobby goodness. Welcome Gary Knox as well to the chat. I just saw your name pop up there. I'll read that comment in a second. Goodness gracious me. Copy. Share now, back, 40k odd community, right post, paste, post, back, Warhammer unification group, paste, post, shared. Right, so now we can crack on with reading the comments in the chat and doing some painting hopefully as well. Just popping in saying morning, looking forward to seeing the Gitz. Me too, mate, me too. It's taken too long to paint them. It's good to have you pop in every now and again when you can't join us for the whole video. Enjoy your day, whatever you're getting up to. Or me, your stream times, for me your stream times are perfect on weekends, as from now till 3 PM. As from now till 3 PM. 3 PM till 9 PM. Stellaris, and then tonight, romantic meal with my better half. Nice one. Oh, yeah, it's a Valentine's Day, isn't it? I forgot it was Valentine's Day. Happy V-Day, y'all. Happy V-Day. Not VE Day, just V-Day. Right, let me see if that's finished deleting. YouTube's weird. There we go, it's deleted that video now. Good. So now no one will pop into that stream. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream for. I might just keep going. But I need to nip out and get some shopping at some point. So I won't keep going all day. I am a bit tired, like I said. I was only up till, to be fair, not that late. I was up till like 12 or something. But yeah, I'm pretty tired today, to be honest. What was I doing? Got this chat there. I can move the chat over here, really, can't I? And then it'll look a bit more like I'm talking to you lot of Gitz. Pop out, chat. Don't want it that big. Oh yeah, let's move it there. there we go. The chat is all popped out and it's just there now, so it looks a bit more like I'm looking at the camera. One thing I need to... Oh no, that's going to flipping get rid of the chat, isn't it? That's irritating. Right, do desk down. Well, hey, you can see some miniatures. Right, I need to silence that phone because it's right next to my... Do not disturb. It's right next to my mic. And yes, I'll tell you what, I'll share it with one more person. Actually, this old Linkaroonie, because she likes to be notified now and again when I go live. There we go. So, let's crack on. I need a drink of water. What a day, what a day. What a story, Mark. Right. Let's get painting some Flash Gitz, shall we? Oh yeah. Let's get the chat back up. Shopping. Does Big Mac have date plans? Of course not, no. I don't have anybody to date, unfortunately, so nobody will have me. There we go. That's my sad story for you. Feel bad for me. I'm trying hard, man. But I don't know where to put anything. That's my problem. That's why I can't get a date, because I don't know where to put anything. No, this is a wholesome stream for wholesome people. I forgot I was on YouTube for a moment there. That's just splendid. I just need a better place to put my water in, because my camera's right where my water needs to be comfortable to get to. But yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Coffee's over there, so I need to reach over my camera to get that as well. Fantastic. That's actually in the wrong place, I'd say. I need to just minimise that so I can see that I'm on. I say minimise it, just make it a little bit smaller so I can see that I'm on camera. Right, there we go. So let's get cracking with some painting of Flash Gitz. I used this purple, Magos purple, for the first time. Not the first time actually, but I used it, and it's done some interesting things with a bit of orange underneath it. It looks a bit like, this purple looks a bit like heat damage to me. So for the end of barrels of guns and stuff like that. So maybe I could use it for that in the future. I've got that light on. It just seems a bit dull in here to me. Maybe I'm a bit dull. No, just a weekly big shop that I'll be doing. I'm just going to finish this coffee. I feel like my heart's racing already. It's only my first coffee of the day. I think it's the beer I had last night. The rum I had last night. Bamboo rum. Lovely, lovely stuff. Drank half a bottle of it last night. Yes, that was fun. The pickle jar mug. Probably my most common used mug at the moment, the pickle jar mug. I need to match these fellas up with their correct hands. That seems about right for that fella. Although, he's got... no, they've all got them. Right. This guy is this guy. That looks about right. Boom shakalaka. So that guy must be that guy. I always say I need to match them up, and then I'll leave them like that for ages. What I'm going to do is just get some blacks on these bad boys, I think. That Dark Earth Flash needs to go over there. Take that out of my beard because I'm just knocking it with my hand. Gorgrunter Fur needs to go there. And the purple needs to go there. Put these reds away as well while I'm at it. Blood Angels red and Flesh Terror red. And grab a black paint, Black Templar. Here we go. Hey, Billy Binks, welcome to the chat, mate. I don't remember seeing you for a little while. You probably popped in last week, and I've completely forgotten. Oh no, I wasn't live at this time last week, so you probably didn't. In fact, it was like midnight your time when I was live last week, I think, or later even. So yeah, it's always interesting to see who pops in from down under, because G always just pops in at random times. Like when I'm live at a time that'd be like early morning or middle of the night. G the Hypersapien this is. When I'm live at a time that'd be early morning or middle of the night for you guys. G just seems to pop in anyway. Having said that, I try and catch him when I can, but no worries, mate. I'm not having a little dig at you there or anything. I understand people can't watch all the streams. It's fine, absolutely fine. Yeah, no bother. Yeah, so I always find it interesting who pops in and when, and what sort of times they pop in at. Right, so we're gonna try and get some blacks on these fellas. I don't know where to start. I've got a bit of fear of messing up. Right, let's do some wires. Wires in black. Should I do all the wires black? Oh, he's got a blue hand, this fella. He wanted to be lucky, didn't he? Switches. This looks like this Flash Gitz gun looks like a mixing desk or deck. It's got like all sliders on it, which you could maybe understand if he had like a plasma based weapon, but he's got like two different types of ammo going into it instead, like these big bolts and the smaller more bullet like bolts, traditional bullet like bolts. I don't know whether to paint some checks on this somewhere. How's the music level and everything? Is it okay, or is it a bit low, bit high? I quite like it low, so I don't feel like I'm having to shout over the music for you to hear me. But if it's a bit high or anything, let me know and I'll alter that accordingly. It's orcs. You are allowed to be messy. Exactly. That's the idea for me. Oh, there's some checks on this one anyway, so that's handy. I can just dot in these checks. I thought they were thingies then. The way the light's hitting them, for a second they look like not like checks, but the other thing. Not like checks. Oblongs like rectangles. I keep losing my train of thought. This is what beer does to me now, because I don't drink much these days. I keep saying beer as well. It's not beer, it's rum. Yeah, so because I don't drink much these days, when I do drink, it's like ooh, hey. The next morning, like I don't feel particularly bad. I just feel a bit like a little bit foggy. That's it, really. But yeah, I think I've never had the best memory retention and stuff. Well, I've never had the best. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I get distracted easily and I lose my train of thought anyway. But I think it's worse when I've had a drink the night before. Oh yes, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful checks. Nice and easy to do because they are sculpted onto the miniature. Life's easy when everything's sculpted onto the miniature. Yeah, they're looking decent already. Yeah, very nice. Pardon me, I did a little burparoony. On Twitch, on my Twitch channel, I've lost my train of thought already. Start speaking, lose train of thought again. Absolute nightmare. On Twitch, on my Twitch channel. Oh, can't remember what I was going to say. Right, that looks alright. It's a very subdued stream this morning, isn't it? I think I just want to get the painting done, to be honest. It's been a little, I've been taking a little too long on these miniatures, I feel, so just kind of cracking on as I go. I forgot to drill them barrels again, didn't I? I mentioned that the other day on my Twitch stream, and I said I'll have them drilled soon, but no, of course I didn't get them done. I'll paint the horns black, and then I'll come back in with a white, a lighter colour, and paint the skull in white or an off-white basically on this little symbol of Rooney. Cable of Rooney, symbol of Rooney, everything's a Rooney. Right, you horrible Gitz. I'm going to go in on this gun, I think, and paint some checks potentially. No, I'm not. Don't be silly. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to reinforce that orange with the Griff Charger orange, because it's a brightish orange, but it's not super bright. So I want to intensify the orange a bit with a bit of Griff Charger orange, and hopefully that'll make it look a bit more snazzy, a bit more flashy. And I was thinking about doing the shoulder pads in black as well, wasn't I? Or potentially putting checks on them actually. Let's see if I can thin this the tip of this brush a little bit. This is just a GW starter brush, so it's not the best brush for painting detail, but I'm going to attempt some checks with it nonetheless. I don't even know where to start on this shoulder pad because there's stuff on it as well. I don't know, let's just paint it black. Oh, you know what, I'll paint this first. I'll get some of the paint off this brush. I'll paint his boss pole first. Darren McCormack Parker, so you have painted a lot over the last 2 months. Has anything changed in your method? Or how you go about painting? Not really, no, I just slap a bit of paint on here and there. I wanted to try and come up with quicker techniques and time-saving techniques, or implement quicker and time-saving techniques rather than come up with. But as you can see, I just put a miniature down there that I've not finished painting the bit on that I was painting, and I just pick up the other piece and think, oh, I've got to get some paint on that. So yeah, nothing changes really. I'm still as scatterbrained as I was before. Nothing changes, nothing speeds up. Everything's still as hectic. Right, let's get back to that one. Yes, boss pole. Everything's still as hectic and disorganised. It's just how my life is, I guess. I've always kind of been that way. And I'm grabbing time as and when I can. As I said, started a new job recently, and the hours are much longer than my old job, so I'm sort of snatching an hour here and there in the evenings. I was hoping today to be able to build something on stream instead of painting, so it's something to build and work on this week, but because I've not finished these Flash Gitz, I figured I'd just crack on with the Flash Gitz instead. I could just paint already assembled miniatures and continue to paint them until I've got a lot more painted assembled miniatures. A lot more of my assembled miniatures finished, but I kind of want to. There's certain batches of stuff I want to do to try and get myself out in front of on the 365 challenge. So the next batch I want to do is Necrons. So I'm gonna hopefully do a video for my channel on that'll go out on Tuesday for them as well, and my thoughts on the new Necron release. I say new Necron releases, they're a couple of months old now at least, a good few months old now at least. But yeah, just share a few thoughts on the new Necron releases and the new Necron miniatures, I suppose I could say, and just let people know what I think of them. I don't know, I'll just paint these poles black. I don't think I will. Just paint a couple of these support struts and stuff. I don't know if I mentioned this on last week's stream, but my mate asked me, when I told him about my new job, I think it was when I told him about my new job, he said to me, why don't you just become a full-time YouTuber? And I thought, you know what? I wish I could. I've got loads of bits on these miniatures that I'm not painting. I keep just assuming the arms are green and they're going to stay green, but that's what I could do actually. I should really dry brush the flesh before I put any more paint on the flesh. Right, so you can see how hectic my painting style still is. Yeah, I'm going to dry brush some flesh before I get any more black paint anywhere. Yeah, so my mate asked me why don't I become a full-time YouTuber, and I thought to myself, how you doing, Bazza? Welcome to the chat, Underdog Painting. Love a bit of Flash Gitz, excellent stuff. I've not watched your video of your Orc Army. You did like an Orc Force like as it is now showcase recently, didn't you? I've not watched that video yet. I'm still catching up on my YouTube bits. Oh, I'm tired. Hey, I'm suitably flashy as well, aren't I, with this snazzy shirt? But yes, mate said to me, why don't you become a full-time YouTuber slash like Twitch star? And I thought to myself, I could. You're not missing much. Don't put yourself down, mate. Don't put yourself down. I thought to myself, I could try if I wanted to. Say if I lost my job or something now. I could go on the agency for driving, and just say I'll work 2-3 days a week, something like that, and then it'd enable me to put 3-4 days a week into YouTube content creating and stuff. YouTube, so I could do like a regular YouTube video, or push my level of YouTube video, do like either one a week, top level, or a couple a week, and then I could do regular Twitch streams throughout the day and stuff, and build up my viewership and subscribership on Twitch and stuff like that. And I'd also the join button on I'd add the join button to my YouTube channel and whatnot, in order to try and encourage people to donate towards the channel. And all that kind of jazz. But yes, what was I going to do now? Dry brush in some flesh. What kind of flesh colour do I want to use to dry brush this one in here? No, I've knocked all these miniatures over. I've got a load of limited availability miniatures that are going to be used in a giveaway for something coming up over on Twitch in the not too distant future. But they're not like super rare or anything, but yeah, they're not like I don't think they're going to be the main prize for anything. But I say I've got a load to give away. I've got to choose which ones that I'm going to volunteer to give away, basically. It's with a collaboration on someone else's channel, someone else's Twitch channel, someone else who you may have seen on this YouTube channel in the past. But I won't go into too much detail because there's nothing nailed down yet as to which charity it's for and whatnot. Kindle Flame. Dropping paints left, right and centre here. Oh, there's not even a flashy colour there. I'm looking for a flashy dry brush colour, but there's none there, so I'll just use a regular... there we go, Eldar Flash behind that. Here we go. Let's get some dry brushing done. I'll use the back of an Element Games receipt to get the paint sorted. I don't know why I'm shaking it. It's a dry paint. It's basically solid. Couple of dry brushes. two different sizes. This one is a really old small dry brush from Citadel, like from the early 2000s, late 90s, something like that. Whereas this is the small dry brush now. You can see the size difference, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll be using this one for some of the facial details, and the other one for some of the just arm details and whatnot. Arm details, just arm areas where there's less going on that I'll mess up, because I stupidly decided to paint things in the wrong order, and I forgot to do the dry brush stage. Wow, that is really solid now. Let's give that a go. Run it across his knuckles. Probably going to be too much paint on here, yeah. You didn't see me do that. Don't tell Let's Make It Orky on Twitch that I did that, because that's a technique I've stolen off her. I got a bit of paint where I didn't want it and I just licked it off. She was painting a miniature that represented me the other night, because she's painting last Sunday or something. She's painting all the miniatures in the Blood Bowl set to represent subscribers who helped her buy the Blood Bowl set, basically. And like the first bunch of subscribers she's got. So she was doing that, and then she got some paint on like a white bit of the miniature, and then the first thing she thought to do was just shove it in her mouth and just lick the paint off. She panicked and just shoved it in, licked it off, and then everything was okay after that. Oh yeah, you see that little bit of a dry brush highlight coming off on the knuckles there. Fantastic stuff. And that's the kind of content you get on Let's Make It Orky on Twitch. Not like my family-friendly YouTube channel. Good morning, Caring Commissar. That's a rarity, isn't it? A Caring Commissar. That is a new name to me. Have you recently changed your YouTube name, or is it one you've been with and I've not seen you pop up in the chat before? Welcome to the stream either way. And are you working on anything today? Is anyone else in the chat? This is what I always forget to do on these streams and my Twitch streams as well. Anyone else in the chat working on stuff today? Or are you just working on breakfast and whatnot at the minute? I fancy some more breakfast, you know. I've had a bowl of like Cocoa Pops, fake Cocoa Pops. And I fancy something else. I've got a couple of bits of bread. I can have some toast, I suppose. Yeah, commissars are normally summarily executing people who fail to show adequate bravery and stuff, and charge the Xenos scum that face them across the battlefield. It's changed. It was Robert Marshall before. Yeah, no worries, mate. I was wondering, like, because though you've got like an icon, a picture, they are very small, so I don't immediately recognise them all. Apart from, I always see Gary Knox's and I recognise that right away because it's such a close, big head. So I always recognise that right away. And Bazza's like from Underdog Painting because he uses certain colours in it. And Darren McCormack Parker because it's a very distinctive picture with a certain hat on. But yeah, I thought I might have recognised your icon, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd better ask and not completely treat you as a new person. Working on my Dreadnought and the Fist on, excellent stuff. Is it a Blood Angels Dreadnought then, I'm guessing? What kind of dread is it? Is it Redemptor Dread, or is it like a Librarian Dread, or Chaplain Dread, or anything? I care about morale that much. I will shoot people. Excellent stuff. That's the way any commissar should be, really. Truly, truly caring. It's not that bad, actually. This dry brush just felt really stiff when I started using it then, but it is a bit stiff at the base of it. Try and work the bristles into a bit of freedom. My favourite photo of me nerding out on at the Tank Museum. Nice. Never been to the Tank Museum, but I hear it's excellent. Where is it? Is it in Warwickshire or something, the Tank Museum? I do follow them on YouTube, but yeah, never been. Oh, that was an interesting technique of mixing paint. Just roll it across your desk. Getting the airbrush out soon to get my iron jaws base coated. Lovely. What colour are you going to base coat them? Are you going to do them in green so you don't have to go in and add all the flesh in? Or are you going to do them in whatever colour you're going to do the armour in? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This isn't going very well, this dry brushing. I should have done it ages ago. Just a basic dread from eBay. I have 5 for this company. I need 34 more. Nice. 39 dreads. It's just looking a bit messy at the minute, isn't it? Hopefully this will be adequate to get my sort of flesh recovery techniques across. A bit in there as well. When I say flesh recovery techniques, what I mean is I used to paint my orc flesh one way and now I paint it another way, and of course any miniatures I've already started will be painted, or will have started being painted the old way. So what I like to do is bring them a bit closer to the current way by using certain paints still, but just using them a different way to my current orc flesh way. And also a bit of variety on in orc flesh for me, in any army's flesh for me, is a good thing because it makes it seem more natural. If you're painting every single guardsman in your army with the same flesh colour, it's unrealistic, I'd say, isn't it? But you know, this is a game of fantasy space men and creatures, so it doesn't really have to be realistic. If you want to paint them all the same way, that's fine too. But I like to get a little mixture of tones in there. It's great to see you cracking on with your challenge, getting the hot orange down. Orange orcs, nice. Yes, we love orange orcs. Love a dread army. Yeah, I think a lot of people love a dread army, don't they? It's something interesting to see on the battlefield, that's for sure. I know you don't game much or at all, do you, Darren? Or is that someone else I'm thinking of? I seem to remember you saying. I don't think it was in my chat. I think it was in someone else's chat. It might have been in my chat actually when I shared your video on Twitch. But yeah, I seem to remember you saying you don't play. But yeah, it's something definitely interesting to see on the battlefield and whatnot. Just realised I'm grabbing this gun and I've just painted in certain black bits. I didn't really check whether it was dry or not, but I imagine it's more or less dry now. Oh yes. Oh no. Yeah, this dry paint is beyond it's not very useful at the minute, this dry paint. It's just like crumbs. It's turning into crumbs. See it on the paper there. Just basically turning into crumbs and not really behaving the way it should. I could just use a regular paint and just use that to dry brush, but I'm persisting with this dry paint. I'm determined to get a bit of use out of it. Karen Commissar doing a full chapter. Wow. I already knew that, of course. But when I said wow, what I meant was, I think I thought you meant a full chapter of Dreadnoughts. But yeah, so there's going to be 39 Dreadnoughts altogether. Is that like the standard amount in a chapter? Because that's crazy. and then obviously 1,000 Marines, or 1,000 plus Marines really now, the way the lore's gone since the Primaris releases and stuff. They've sort of like made addendums to the lore and whatnot, haven't they? So I think it's like 1,000 plus Marines now, really, in each chapter. It used to be 1,000 Marines and that was your limit, but now it's like there's a constant ticking over, so it's 1,000 plus. I hope that's not news to you, and now you think you've got to paint a ton more than you thought you had before. What colour should I do this guy's bandana, by the way? Because I just can't decide on the colour. Let me know what you think in the chat. Finger in there to just get a bit of there's a big chunk of pigment in there by the looks of it, and just try to break it up a little bit, but I can't do it. Looks okay to me, that. Ooh. You did showcase them. I was both grateful and nervous. You've nothing to be nervous about, mate. Everybody likes to show the force off now and again, don't they? And I think when people see 6 companies of I think you've done 6 companies by now, haven't you? When people see 6 companies of a Space Marine chapter set up on a tabletop, it's just fun. It's a fantastic sight to see that, like 600 Marines or close to. You know, it's like. It's unbelievable to see something like that. It's just something most Warhammer fans get really excited about, I think, because you go to Warhammer World and you see like the heresy displays and stuff like that. Last time I was there, the main heresy display was the Betrayal at Isfahan, and it was Fulgrim versus Ferrus Manus on the sort of outcrop. And before I was there, the time before I was there, I think was actually was it? I don't know. But then at the time before, I think, did I go? Yeah. So they had the Prospero display. I don't know if they still have that. But I feel like they had a bigger Prospero display at one point, and then they scaled it down a bit. But then they've got the massive Ultramarines versus Demons display. So that's really cool as well, and a bit of Chaos Marines in there as well. So just seeing these displays, it inspires you like to you know, compare it to what you've read about in the lore and what you expect from playing games like Dawn of War and stuff like that, and computer games, big scale war computer games. You know, not just 40k, but seeing it in person, it gives you a real cinematic feel and stuff. So just seeing that many miniatures on the tabletop, it's sort of like you almost hear music in your head, and can imagine the sounds of industry and war on an industrial scale as the tanks sort of roll out from hangar decks and stuff like that, and get deployed from Marines get deployed from drop pods and whatnot. It's all pretty exciting stuff to me, that. The first of Furioso Dreads, so that's another batch. Oh wow. It's okay, I'm not doing Primaris, just old school Marines, cool. I've never been to Warhammer World, to be fair. It's on the to-do list. Yeah, it's fantastic, Warhammer World, in my opinion. I think POCO, post-COVID, post-corona, whenever that happens, Orky from Let's Make It Orky on Twitch, she will be hoping to basically meet a load of her subscribers down at Warhammer World, so that's probably the next time I'll go. So it'll be a little while off yet, I'm certain of that. Although I think they have opened like last year prior to lockdown. You just couldn't play there and stuff. You could go and I think you could go and look at the displays and whatnot, and go and make your purchases from the shops and that, or collect your purchases maybe. But yeah, I think they did reopen, but then shortly after they reopened finally, because the GW are quite a workforce conscientious company, if you get what I'm trying to say. I don't think I've said it the right way, but basically they want to show that they care about their employees and whatnot. It feels like that anyway to me. People may have other experiences with them, but that's what it always feels like to me. And as soon as the first lockdown happened in the UK, they shut down production entirely and sent everyone home, furloughed and whatnot. They didn't. It was before like the furlough stuff was all actually sorted, I think, as well, with the government. And the first thing they did was start sorting it all out, so to reduce the risk, and quite conscious that they had a decision to make, and they made that decision. Whereas a lot of other companies just tried to keep going, like the company I was working for at the time, they just wanted to keep going, and it's understandable to a certain extent, because the company I was working for before were sort of on a knife edge, if you like. They were kind of they'd not long since come back from bankruptcy under another name and stuff, and they needed to keep the money flowing and stuff like that to appease the creditors basically and whatnot. So it's understandable. So to keep going, they needed to keep going basically. But yeah, it's interesting to see how different companies reacted at the time to situations like that. And you know, you think, or I think, like at times like that, God, just snapped a bit off. Not to worry though. I think at times like that, who would I rather be working for right now? The company that sort of is conscientious about your safety, your health and safety, and the wider health and safety of the nation and stuff, or the company that just wants you to keep working, and the managers are saying things like, yeah, but it's not that bad, is it? And you know, try to come up with reasons why you should still be working. I know who I'd rather work for. Yeah, this is going to be a messy bunch of Flash Gitz, I think, with the... I'm just going to do a bit of dry brush on there as well, actually. I'll let my dry brushing touch the wires on there, just because I want to maybe put another colour on there instead of black that I just put on there. My stomach is doing somersaults at the minute, I don't know why. Are models cheaper there at Warhammer? No, absolutely not. The standard GW price. Whoa! From Marcos Castellanos in the chat. Welcome, mate. To this stream. You are, of course, one of the most regulars to the stream, so welcome back. I missed yesterday's stream. You did indeed. You you asked me about half an hour before I went live, or about 15 minutes before I went live on Twitch, are you going live today? And I was like, yeah, I'll be live in the next half an hour. And then I went live, and I, you know, streamed for a good hour or something like that. And I was like, oh, Marcos didn't pop in, did he? I thought to myself, maybe you were just lurking and didn't mention it. But yeah, no worries, mate. I know not everyone can catch every stream. It's fine. I was saying to Billy Binks earlier, I understand that not everybody can catch every stream. And sometimes you might not want to stick around for a whole stream and that. If you just pop in and out, like Gary Knox earlier as well, that's absolutely fine too. It's fun to have you here while you're here, and it's fun to get your likes while you drop them. Oh, by the way, if you've not liked the video already, feel free to drop a like if you're enjoying this content. What a smooth transition into that YouTube patter. Yeah, so with right, so Warhammer World, Dan McCormack asked, are the models cheaper there? No, they're not cheaper. They're exactly the same price. The basically, most businesses I think do this, like business brands like that see themselves as a luxury. So brands like Apple and GW and Samsung and Nike and Adidas and whatnot. You go to somewhere like a Nike town in London. It's like a big flagship store. It's one of the world's flagship stores. There's one in New York, there's one in London, one in Berlin, and then they have these other high street stores as well. Generally speaking, they don't reduce the items in that store unless it's like a sale period of the year. You know, you have like 4 sales in the year, seasonal sales basically, just to get rid of your old collection. And then what they don't sell, they don't even reduce it that much a lot of the time. What they don't sell, they then ship back to, from in Europe, they ship it back to Hilversum in Holland. I know this because I used to work for Nike, by the way. They ship it back to Hilversum in Holland. And anything they don't sell from the website as well, that's all based in Hilversum. And then that gets sent out to the factory outlet stores, which are on like the outlet malls, like retail parks sometimes. Ellesmere Port, it has a big, Cheshire Oaks it's called, a big retail outlet. There's one down in Braintree and whatnot. They're all over the country and all over various parts of the world, I would have thought. I know in Florida they've got loads of like strip malls, I think they're called, in the US. Whoa! Gee, the Hyper Sapien was just talking about you earlier, saying, I never know what time, you know, no matter what time of day I'm streaming, you always seem to pop in, even if it's like 2 in the morning for you. Yeah, so strip malls in the US and stuff like that, where they have these outlet stores, and that's when you get a bigger reduction on the product. But GW don't really have anything like that. GW only have their stores, and they never do sales in them really. So it's GW sell their products at the price they think you'll pay for it. They don't reduce things, GW. So no, it's not cheaper there at Warhammer World. One thing they might do though is let time, and this is a bit of a stretch, I'd say, but they let time reduce their product. So you look at something like Stomper, that's not gone up. I seem to remember watching a War Bosses of the Apocalypse video, and I seem to remember they were saying the Stomper's not gone up in price since the day it was released, because they've like there's rumours go round every now. I keep shaking this dry paint and I don't know why. There's rumours going round every now and again, and this sort of comes back every now and again when people are talking about the Stomper. But basically, when GW first released the Stomper and first released the Apocalypse game, they produced so many of the Stomper because they thought everyone was going to want one to play Apocalypse, that they've still got that original run of Stompers sat in a warehouse. So that's why as well the Stomper packaging's never been updated, because the packaging's from the original release, because they overproduced it so much. And that's why GW nowadays sell out of stuff when they first release it, because they don't want to make that mistake again where they overproduce something and then try to get rid of it over the years. But the price hasn't really jumped up much. The cost of the Stomper to us hasn't really jumped up much over the years, because they're still trying to get rid of that original batch. So I think the Gorkanaut and moreOrk now, I think that kit's more expensive than the Stomper, but because it's a much better looking kit in my opinion. The Gorkanaut and moreOrk, much better looking kit than the Stomper, because it looks like it could actually walk roughly, like drag its belly along kind of thing. But yeah, it's just GW don't tend to reduce the products is what I was trying to say there, but then I started going off on tangents, didn't I? I say don't tend to, they don't, basically. I don't think I've ever heard of GW reducing the cost of their products. It'd be interesting to see, I mentioned this on a previous stream as well, it'd be interesting to see whether the cost to Australians comes down in the future if the UK join that Pacific Trading Organisation that Australia's part of. But it doesn't make sense for the UK to join it because it's a Pacific Trading Organisation. We're nowhere near the Pacific, but to be specific, we're nowhere near the Pacific. Nice shirt, thank you very much, Marcos. You missed it. Dan went 8-bit. Did I go 8-bit? No way. Everybody's greeting each other in the chat. G-Man, Marcos, give the like a clicky click. Oh, thank you very much, Dan McCormack. Parker. I say your whole name every time, and I know I say this every now and again, but I don't know why. I just like to read your whole name. He has to earn the like. Yeah, that's. I like that stance. I appreciate that stance, G. It's okay me asking for the like, but I appreciate that I've got to earn that like. And if you like a bit of dry brushing and scratchy sort of sounds, I could put this. Could get some ASMR going on here, couldn't I? If you like a bit of dry brushing and scratchy sounds, then you'll definitely be liking this video. These guns look nice. They are hefty boys, aren't they? The guns are fantastic. I already like this stream. Steve-O joining us. Early morning live stream. Yay! Yeah, early morning live stream. Just been talking about you guys from the War Bosses. Talking about in reference to what someone, I think it was Dim, saying about the Stomper the other week, and GW still have the original package. The Stompers in the original packaging because they still have that original batch that they made, basically. So because they have that original batch, the price of the Stomper hasn't risen by much over the years. So yeah, it was something. So if you don't listen to the War Bosses podcast, make sure you tune in if you're interested in stuff like that, because they've got all kinds of, especially Dim, got all kinds of information like that. Sort of like insider info or fun tidbits that you won't know yourself. He's wearing a glove, this guy, and I keep forgetting to paint it. That you won't necessarily know yourself, but it's fun to learn stuff like that. And a lot of people often assume I'm Orc through and through, but as I often like to remind people, when I first got into the hobby I played Eldar, and I'm hoping to paint some Eldar as part of this Hobby 365 challenge as well, some of my old original Eldar, because I stripped them all, didn't I, stupidly. I should have kept some painted as they were, but I stripped them all. Yeah, so I don't always know the ins and outs of Orc lore over the years, because it has changed and developed over the years. So I like listening to the War Bosses podcast for that kind of stuff as well. It's stuff that people would assume I know, because my channel name's Big Mac Dan Skull, and you know I paint orcs occasionally. But yeah, it's good for me to learn stuff about Orc lore that I don't know that people assume I know, so I can then blag it in future videos. Right, I'm getting proper chilly. I should have put the heating on before I started this stream. Should I nip off? I'm going to put the heating on, guys. I'm going to put the heating on. I'm going to put you on the hold screen, and I'll come back and run through the chat, because Steve-O's chatting away already. He's taking over the stream. Unbelievable. But yeah, let's get that hold screen on, and I'll be back soon. Guess who's back? Back again. Big Mac's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Na na na. Do 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 do. You've created a monster. Nobody wants to see Big Mac no more. They want Daniel. I'm chopped liver. Right, let's get the chat back up and see what people think of that. Bring back some rum, Big Mac Dance Call. I drank too much rum last night. Yeah, I drank half a bottle of Bumbu. I've never had Bumbu before, and it's got quite a funny name, but it says Bumbu, the original. And it's a... the original Caribbean rum. It's got like this crossbones on the front of the bottle in gold. And I've never had it before, but it's like £40 a bottle normally. My mum got it me for Christmas, basically, giving me as like an extra present, and my sister was quite annoyed when I told her that last night, because we're like cheeky getting the extra present. But yes, Bumbu rum, it was very nice. You know, it's £40 a bottle, it's steep. You open it, it smells of like your classic Caribbean sort of rum spices, vanilla notes, cinnamony notes and stuff like that. Drink it, and it's got like apple taste, and it's like, whoa, nice. Yeah, I was just drinking it neat, and I drank like half a bottle while I was watching a couple of Twitch streamers last night. My good friend Let's Make It Orky from Let's Make It Orky, but she was streaming on someone else's channel. Her friend Be the Little Mermaid, doing some Phasmophobia. I brought a bag of crisps back, so that's what the rustling is as well, because I am hungry. I should have just eaten fruit, because I've got fruit there, and it's less noisy. But hey, I'm eating crisps. Going back through the chat. These guns look nice. I already like the stream. I'd worry if they did. Drop the price. Yeah. Early morning live stream. Yay. Is when Steve-O comes in. Shipping gets taxed a lot here. Yeah, it's the import taxes that Australia slap on stuff is tricky, isn't it? Because it's bound to up the price of everything, unfortunately, for those out there. But it's like a protectionist economy almost. I think I don't know too much about the situation, but yeah, that's the impression I get anyway. I have Flash Gitz, but I always end up using them for kit bashing knobs and mechs. Funny you should say that, Steve-O, because I've got plans for future kit bashing with knobs and Flash Gitz to try and make some more unique looking knobs. I don't think you've seen too many when I've been doing the Hobby 365 challenge yet, but I have kit bashed some Flash Gitz with mega knobs as well, which gives you very unique looking mega knobs at the end of the day. So I'll be painting some of them up this year, hopefully, as well. But yeah, I'm hoping to kit bash some more unique looking knobs and more unique looking Flash Gitz as well. More, you know, that classic metal Flash Git model where he's got like a double barreled shotgun as his snaz gun. So I'm hoping to make some Flash Gitz that look like that, basically. But yeah, and then more unique looking knobs with like custom shooters with maybe using the Flash Gitz gun, but that could just get a bit confusing. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's for my channel. It's very early days, to be fair. Yeah, it's a good name then, the channel name. Well met you. Do the same with burners and looters. Bought load and never built them as they're supposed to be. Well, that's in my opinion. I don't really like the look of the looters. The burners I don't mind, but the looters, that gun just hides the model too much for me. So I'd rather use like I've not done it yet. So at the minute, this is all just pipe dreams. I'm hoping for a new looters and burners kit, to be honest. Although it is a plastic kit, so I see them updating things like tank busters and commandos before they update looters and burners. But yeah, I'd rather see a bit more of the orc underneath. So I don't like that hunched over the shoulder gun look of looters, and they just look like they're gonna. Well, they do fall over a little bit as well. I say they fall over. They're on the bases and they're pretty stable and sturdy, but you know, I'm just rambling. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the looters kit myself, so if I was to buy more, I'd try and convert them in some way to maybe have the guns underslung and not be so bulky and stuff like that. But it's a job for another day, that I think. I don't want to spend too much of this year doing kit bashes, but I've got a few kit bashing ideas that I want to get round to, including, just want to show you something. Not the crisp packet, but there you go, there's that. Got myself an old Orlok gang from Necromunda. Also, got myself a Torgarodon, which I'm hoping to kit bash this year. Hey, I'm not doing much kit bashing this year. All this stuff I'm showing you is hopefully going to be involved in kit bashes. And then I got myself one of these! Necromunda Dark Uprising. I used Let's Make It Orky's affiliate link to go to Element Games and make a nice big purchase. Dark Uprising was something I kind of wanted at the time, but I'm not really going to play Necromunda probably, so a lot of the stuff there is hopefully going to be used to convert myself up some diggers, basically. So like some human orky kind of things to, you know, to use in various roles in an orc force. I could even use some of them as looters, maybe, to, you know, if they've got suitably hefty guns, which, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of big guns in the Orlok kit by the looks of it, so I could potentially use them as looters in the future. Marcos still hasn't purchased the Flash Gitz kit. Bad times, mate. You need to get your hands on it now. It's a really good kit. It's got loads of parts in. So the Flash Gitz kit and the Meganobs kit. Although the Meganobs are very expensive for 3 models, it's still a really good kit for the amount of bits you get in it for converting. And I think that's why the expense is there, basically. It's like 40 quid for 3 models. Which, when you think about individual characters GW sell, which are like 22 quid, or, pardon me, Gazgul comes with Makari, that's like 40 odd quid. But obviously that's a bigger model, and it's, you know, bigger, more detailed model. You're not going to buy multiple, well, I say you're not, people will, but you're not going to buy multiple Gazguls to run 2 Gazguls in your army, are you? So, there we go. Cheers for the shout out, no worries mate, or the plug rather. No worries at all, bud. Going to be everything guard, nice. I do have some looters and burners built. Don't see guard much, says G. Yeah, it's I think amongst YouTubers you don't see guard much, do you? So it'll be a good channel, I think. Caring Commissar, by the way. Formerly Robert Marshall, I think you said earlier. And the Rob Marshall, I know the name, so yeah. It must be, mustn't it? I hope I've not got that wrong. It's only really Mordian Guard that covers guard content. Yeah, I don't watch any guard content on YouTube unless like Mini Wargaming has a battle report with guard in it. Although I don't watch many battle reports these days. Big Mech Pansy Skull doesn't have the same ring to it. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. We have a very special episode coming up on the 1st of March, which we discussed mental health issues. A bit heavier than our usual topics, but felt important to do at the time. Yeah, it is a bit heavier than usual topics, but when people do videos like that, I get something out of them, so I always tend to watch stuff like that. And I'm hoping to be involved in a charity live stream coming up in the future with someone else, so that'll be on Twitch though. So yeah, stuff like that is, and I think it's going to be a mental health charity as well. Not entirely, I think nothing's nailed down yet, but because you have to, with charity live streams and stuff, you have to request that you can do it, and certain charities don't want donations from people that have sworn on live streams and stuff like that, so you have to make all sorts of requests and stuff to say it's in aid of this charity, that charity, so a few fine details need ironing out there. I don't know why I did like a sewing thing there, but need ironing out. I'm not very domesticated. And then, yeah, I'll be hopefully involved with a charity live stream in the not too distant future over on Twitch. But yeah, videos like that I find helpful often to just people talking about mental health issues and that. I don't tend to do them on my channel. I process stuff and any issues I have, I tend to process in private. But I do, like if you've seen, I've watched videos like that told in the past. If you go to the comment section and stuff, I tend to comment on videos like that because I don't suffer terribly from mental health issues or anything like that. But I think everybody does to a certain extent, and I have my own issues that that means I get something from streams and videos like that. So yeah, it's a video I'll definitely check out in the future once that's up on the channel in 15 days time. It's an army I love and hate. They look... Wee, that's just gone right down to the bottom. It's an army I love and hate. They look good, but die to a stiff breeze. I couldn't make sense of that little phrase there for some reason, but yeah, they die to a stiff breeze. G saying do it. I don't know if that's in relation to kit bashing and stuff. It probably is. He is a big deal. Sorry, Dan, you know what I'm like. Lol. Yeah, Orc boys are fairly similar in my experience. I assume you mean dying to a stiff breeze. Bring back some rum. Big Mac Dan Skull. Yeah, the rum is staying firmly in the kitchen because I drank too much of it last night. Yeah, Steve-O, we do need to talk about it more. I lost one of my good friends in November to mental health. If I knew, I could have done more. I think that's something people often... this has become a heavier stream. No, there's no issue with that at all. But yeah, I think that's... you can't blame yourself too much in situations like that. But I think it's natural to think of things you could have done and whatnot. But don't let that affect your own mental health. Or try not to. I mean, I say don't. You can't just chuck it out the window, can you? You've got to process it all in your own time. Go easy on me, Gitz. I'm still waking up. Just having my Fiat coffee. First coffee, I assume that's supposed to say, of the day, and already getting abuse. So sorry to hear that, Commissar. That is really sad. It is indeed. When will we get a chance? When will we get a chance to get that Orc coin? March, April, May, 2022? Who knows? Who knows? It's yeah, it's on the to be released list. And I think in the UK at the minute, there's no sign. Well, I don't know. I've not been keeping track of the news of when we're coming out of the latest lockdown and whatnot. I think March is on the cards. So March or April would be better. April will probably be better for the UK, so we can actually go to the shops and get it. They want Big Mac Pansy Skull. Oh, I'll change my name then, yeah, no problem. It must be the shirts. Weren't the real Slim Skull, please stand up. Speaking of ASMR, haha. Skull Shandy. Yeah, Skull Shady rather. Skull Shandy. I was thinking about drinks. Oh, I wanted to see the crisps. These are just Lidl's own cheese and onion flavoured crisps. Snack Right. Snacktastic, not Snack Right. I think Snack Right's Aldi's brand. Are there a lot of box minis, or are there a lot of minis in the Dark Uprising box? There's 26 in total, I think. There's 15 Corpse Grinder Cultists and 11 Palanite Enforcers, which I always want to call Palatine Enforcers for some reason, and I don't know why. I think Palatine's just a word I've heard before. And then there's loads of terrain as well. Loads and loads of terrain. Well, I say loads of terrain, it's like enough for a 2x2 board of like Zone Mortalis, basically. Dan completed it, mate. Paints, kit bashed a lot. Nice. I started making diggers once a long time ago. Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of conversions and kit bashes and stuff. I start them sometimes, but I don't always finish them. I've still got a moreOrk Stomper sat up in the cabinet there. If you're having trouble with a particular kit bash, I know in the 40k Orc community Discord you can share it with Dread and with Dim, and they're going to do a kit bash clinic together soon. I hope they've not already done it and I've completely missed it. But yeah, so you can share it with them, and then they'll give you their feedback and discuss with you how they think you can proceed. Sometimes it's just that you've lost your mojo, but a few ideas sent your way can really help. I was thinking about doing it with that moreOrk Stomper. The truth is, I kind of know what I need to do with it. I've not got the motivation to get it done at the minute, unfortunately. Have you looked on the new Orc Underworlds models? Looked at the new Orc Underworlds models? I've not. No, I'm not too. I've seen one of them. I don't know how many they've released images of now. I've seen one of them and I wasn't too blown away by it. So yeah, I've not looked at it on the channel or anything like that. I do plan on boys, knobs, and mega knob diggers. Nice. Have you? I've read that already. If my army gets done, I'll be doing Deathcore of Krieg Army in full, maybe in Brotherhood of Knob theme of Nod. I don't know Brotherhood of Nod, that reference, but I'll check that out to understand. I really like the Deathcore of Kruger models. I assume you mean Krieg. So many ideas at the moment, but completely disabled at the minute. I have the absolute worst toothache. Oh, bad times, mate. Terrible news. I hope you get that sorted soon, but it's a bit difficult to get to the dentist at the minute, isn't it, unfortunately? On the topic of mental health, I started my army as I was depressed, so I set myself a goal as I need to stay standing as I'm a dad. I think a lot of people use the hobby as an outlet for mental health, to just like to focus the mind on stuff, really. So as an outlet to help cope with any struggles they have in life and stuff. Some people don't want a hobby when they have struggles and whatnot, but other people find it useful to just focus the mind on something that's not related to the struggles they're having in life. So it's an outlet for them in that way. So I think that's a pretty common use for the hobby, if you like. A pretty common reason to get into the hobby or do the hobby. I need to pop out. If you're still live when I'm back, I'll be back in. No worries, mate. Have a great day, Karen Commissar. Take it easy, guys. Good man. Happy now. Haha. Hello from Norway. Odd Steiner. Welcome. I'm hoping. I was talking about Twitch a bit earlier as well. I've been doing more alerts and stuff for Twitch, and I've been doing early stages of just a few ideas for emotes and stuff, and I'm hoping to get them in YouTube as well. And that's something that you'll be able to use once I get my join button activated and whatnot on YouTube. So I can do the join button now, but I want to have something straight away that you can use it for, and I've not had the time at the minute to get it all set up, unfortunately. But I spent a lot of time yesterday messing with Twitch alerts, and I'm hoping to get YouTube alerts set up properly as well. Alerts and commands and whatnot. Oh, by the way, Steiner, welcome, like I said. And are you working on anything today yourself, or just having a nice chill this morning? Still morning. Just checking if it was then. As soon as I finish my Mega Knobs, I plan to try and make another terrain piece. Very nice. Lots of projects on the go, exactly. Just one image has been released so far. Yeah, I've seen the image of the Underworld's orcs, and like I said, I wasn't too blown away by it myself. I know Steve-O did a video on it. I don't remember if I actually watched the video thinking about it. I'm not sure I did, but the essence of the video, I think, was maybe I put it on and then I fell asleep because I was tired or something. But the essence of the video, I think, was here's a potential weird boy for you if you want to convert it for your 40k army. I have loads of projects in the pipeline, but until I get my teeth sorted, oh, yeah, it's a pain. Obviously, literally, it's a pain. If it's that bad that you can't hobby, I really feel for you, man. G saying, I know I do be pretty lost otherwise in terms of using the hobby to help cope with your mental health issues, I assume. That's a very okay reason until you get your teeth sorted. I found this community to be very supportive and a great help during these strange times. Yeah, absolutely. I think I've kind of connected oddly with people on Twitch a lot, and I'm sort of in Discords and stuff now, and I've become a bit more active in this, particularly Let's Make It Orky's Discord. I think her enthusiasm for the hobby and stuff, that comes across to me and excites me to get more hobby done, and I think that's part of the reason I've decided to set myself a 365 challenge this year, but also it makes me more active in the Let's Make It Orky Discord and the community she's built and stuff. And I think because often when I come into a community, if the community already exists, let's say a new workplace or something, I find it hard to establish where I fit, kind of thing. But because Orky's community was new and everything, I feel comfortable joining everyone because everyone's new. Like when I started at Nike, everyone was new because it was a new store that was being opened. So there was no one apart from like the regional managers that were helped setting up the store and stuff. There was no one that was an established employee at Nike. Everyone was new. So I came in and I could establish myself and understand where I fit in the social dynamics of the situation and whatnot. And that's what it's been like because I've been there since the start of Orky's Twitch channel. And having seen her previously on an interview she did with Warhammer Princess, I think, on Instagram Live. So I feel like I know where I fit in the social dynamics of the situation. But with YouTube community, hobby community already existing, though it's very supportive and stuff like that, no doubt, I never quite felt I was sure of my social standing, if you get what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just issues in here, isn't it, for me? It's like that made me sort of a bit more standoffish with the YouTube community, but I know people do connect with other people in the same way, and they gain that support from, and they make friends through YouTube and stuff in the same way. Marcos saying 365 orcs. What? Of course it's not 365 orcs, Marcos. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you this. But yeah, it's 365 miniatures, not orcs. I think at this stage, Clint will give anything a crack, Darren, so he's going to try that clove oil. Try to get these crisps finished so I can crack them with the painting again now. I'll try to work out what Marcos meant by were you just dissing Steve-O with that comment. I assume you're talking about when I said I started watching it and fell asleep. No, I wasn't. I watch loads of people's videos and just fall asleep all the time. Just because I work long hours at the minute in work, so I'll just stick a YouTube video and fall asleep. I mean, I always did that anyway, but I do it even more now, I think. Back to the miniatures. Hopefully I can get some 40k in. 40k games, nice one, fingers crossed, man. Yeah, the Orc 40k community Discord as well. I think I do the same. I fell asleep watching YouTube. Oh, fall asleep watching YouTube. But you never fall asleep watching my content though, do you? Because I'm riveting. I'm too riveting to fall asleep to. Yeah, I think the Orc 40k community Discord, I'm less active in that because it was already like fully established. I was very reluctant to join Discord because I think a lot of people like it who were involved with forums in the past because it's more similar to a forum than Facebook is. But I was very standoffish at first with Discord, and it's not until Orky created her Discord and she's not got a Facebook that I started getting involved more in Discord and sort of understanding it a bit more. Like the voice channels and stuff like that, you can just sit and hobby with people. You know, have a chat with them. You can have your webcam on if you want. You don't have to have your webcam on. You can just have your voice on, or you can just sit, listen to other people have a conversation, and it feels like you're there in a room with people, painting and stuff, and you can share stuff in these channels that are relevant to that particular topic, that particular subject. There might be a work in progress channel, so where you share what I'm doing now, my work's in progress. So it would just be pictures of it or whatever. There'll be a finished miniatures channel and stuff like that, and then there'll be specific challenges channels because the Orc 40k community Discord and Facebook page, they run a challenge every month. This month it's Mecha Bionics, isn't it? I think. Yeah, so I could, for example, enter this model because he's got a bionic leg. So I could enter this model in the 40k community challenge this month. And you have specific channels to that where you can find everybody's entries and the finished projects and stuff, and you can go back through the various months to see if you want inspiration for a particular new project or channel. You can go back through the various months and the different themes each month. I think in January it was Squigs, in December it was Dreads, wasn't it? Dreads and cans and stuff. So it's a good organised way to see old finished projects and get inspiration for your own hobby, I think. But also, it is a great place, like I was saying, to just sit, chill, get a bit of hobby done, listen to or have a chat with your mates and stuff. It's fantastic for that. Big Mac's Guide to English Crisps and Candy, coming this fall. I give you a game on Tabletop Simulator, Marcos, says Clint. That bag seems to last forever. It's because I was eating like a crisp every 6 minutes or something ridiculous. Once I get it set up on my computer, I will reach out. Nice one. It sounds like Marcus and Clint have got a game in the works then. Just lurk. Yeah, that's it. Just lurk in the thingy. Do it. Enter him in the challenge. You know what? I may do. I wanted to try and get my Big Mac Dance School miniature converted in time to enter that into the challenge. But I think that's a little way off being finished yet. So I think if I was going to enter something, it may well be this fella. It's, you know, it won't win. There's a winner, isn't there? There's a first place, but there's no prize or anything in it, so I don't think there is. It's more like a fun community challenge to take part in, which can be motivational in itself. Yes, you need to enter one of your minis that you paint this month. That's the thing, a lot of the time, in various Facebook groups and stuff. I'm in the Faith and Damnation Facebook group, and Zach that runs it, he was messaging me saying the Crimson Painter on Twitch, although I don't think he's that active on Twitch at all anymore, unless I'm not actually following him so I don't get notifications for when he goes live. But yeah, the Crimson Painter on Twitch, he has this Facebook group, Faith and Damnation, and he was asking me why I don't enter the competitions and stuff. And I've just got too much on at the minute in terms of my own hobby focus. It's all paint this number of miniatures in the year if I can, which is helping my hobby flow keep going. So I don't want to get distracted from that with another challenge. But if there's a bit of crossover, so this guy with the bionic leg, if I can enter that into a community challenge, then I may well do. So we'll have to wait and see if I do enter it. I think I might. It's not going to be especially well or anything like that. As you can see, it's like not a superb paint job. But you know, if I get it finished, which I'm hoping I'll have it finished today, to be honest, but I might not, I may well enter it. Right, let's... Have I done all the dry brushing? Yeah, I've done all the dry brushing. Move him out of the way. Look at this, it's an orc arm with a big bow. Oh, it's Captain Orc-Eye. It's a miniature I converted ages ago, this one. But the conversion is not quite complete as well. I'll just show you this briefly because it did sneak into shot there, so I'll show you it briefly. The conversion is not quite complete. There is a few little things I need to do. But I entered it for a conversion competition ages ago on Idic Beer 40k's channel. So it's a Flash Gitz basically that uses a bow and arrow. But the bow and arrows have got rockets attached to them. The arrows rather have got rockets attached to them. But the rockets are all upstairs. I don't know why I've left them upstairs and not kept them with the miniature. Well, let's get back to painting these Flash Gitz. It's not about winning, it's about encouraging people to get projects done. Yeah, exactly. And I think, for me, part of the reason I've not entered anything yet as well is because I am focusing on getting projects done myself anyway. So I don't need that extra encouragement. But yeah, I may well enter that one just for fun, see what happens. I know Brack or Steve like to take a look at the miniatures at the end as well. Everything is about winning, says G. I'm just happy that one of my planned army projects lined up with the month's challenge. That's it. If I've got something that can line up with it, then I'll enter it. Why not? I don't see any reason not to enter it. Pardon me. The Orc Vengers, exactly, G. That is what that was going to be the start of a project of. And I think I've still got ideas for Orc Vengers as well. I may well cross over with my diggers as well and make some digger Orc Vengers and whatnot, but we'll have to wait and see for sure whether I do that. I would like my wash brush, which is here. My desk is so disorganised at the minute. So how long have I been streaming? I went live about 9:30, didn't I, basically? So I've been going about an hour and a half now. Well, at least I'll get the skin done today. He says. Hopefully. My desk is as well from painting. Yeah, it's. I think a lot of people's hobby spaces get kind of messy, don't they? But you see some people's and they're like, "Oh, look at how messy my hobby space is," and there's hardly any mess. You see mine, it's like it's an actual messy hobby space. Look at the random things I've got there: a toothbrush, a snapped paintbrush, a coffee stirrer, load of paints, random hobby knife just placed there, a makeup brush, a bolt from something which is just out of shot there, and a sprue that's, you know, it's got nothing left on it, but for some reason I've got an old sprue sat on my desk. Look at him now, he's looking mint. Mint. Oh no, I'll just get some on there. I think I did, didn't I? Didn't I? Just get the old dry brush. See if I can drag it away. I think that works. Sometimes I think when I see the way my brush separates and stuff like that, and what a rough job I'm doing, sometimes I think it must be painful to watch me paint. I'm such a heavy-handed painter as well. Like in the past, when you know, like when the painting handles got released, and people were like, "Oh, I just stick blue tack on top of a paint pot. It's a lot cheaper." People said things like that. I thought to myself, I've tried that, but when I'm painting a miniature, and I've got it blue tacked to the top of a paint pot, I so often just pushed it off because I'm a heavy-handed painter. So having these painting handles is ideal for me. But some people are adamant that it's a far superior thing to do is stick a bit of blue tack on top of an old paint pot. But if it works for you, you know, more power to you. Keep it working. I was doing a stream yesterday on Twitch, and a new person to the channel, as far as I'm aware, popped into the stream, and they were called the Essex Hobbyist, right? I just remembered because Clint's in the chat, and I assume this isn't you because they then popped into the other stream later on, which is a gaming stream. That I was in as well. So I'm assuming this isn't you, Clint. So the Essex Hobbyist. But for some reason, when I read it as the THEE Sex Hobbyist. I was like, what a strange name to have, the Sex Hobbyist. I didn't see that second S for some reason, so I didn't. But I'd seen them previously on someone else's stream, and I'd read it as the Essex Hobbyist. But I was, for some reason, on the live stream, when you have to read someone's name quickly, I was like, the Sex Hobbyist. I was like, what is going on? 93 minutes exactly, nice one. I've been wanting to make the other character for the Brutal Cunning novel and get it to fit in perfectly with the challenge, so got me off my ass to get it done. Fantastic. That's your he's a mech, isn't he? Is that your mech? Okay, I've still not finished Brutal Cunning, you know. Since I started this new job, I've not been reading the book really. But yeah, I got about halfway through it and I've just kind of stopped. I often do that with books as well as hobby projects. Nothing new there for me. I don't think I've met a mech yet. Well, I have, but they've not been described, I don't think, as like that. I say I have. You've not really met him, but he's always spoken about, and I think he's been in the distance and stuff like that. Do the whole stream in that voice. Actually, that voice you mean? Actually, well, don't be silly. It's much better to get a bit of blue tack on top of a paint pot. Far superior, I think you'll find, and much more favourable to the wallet. I bit my tongue as I said wallet then. To the wallet. Finally got my mech shop all tidy, and now it's too cold to work out there. Bad times, mate, bad times. But at least you've got it tidy, so ready for next week when it's going to be a balmy 11 degrees. It can come off, yeah. And you made a video out of it, Essex Boys. Damn, I wish I used that name now. Oh, the Sex Boys, yeah. You should have used the Sex Boys. Or the Sex Hobbyists, rather, not the Sex Boys. It's a good job you're not the Essex Boys, and you're just Essex Boys, Clint. Because otherwise I'd be very confused. I'm a sex hobbyist too. If I had orcs, I'd break up Space Marine Dreadnought and have a few orcs inside. Yeah, very nice. I've seen it done with tanks in the past with the Rhino, I think. So yeah, I like that idea. I've never gotten around to doing it myself, but yeah, I do like the idea. I've not been working on my Texan accent. No, I've not had any time, unfortunately, Marcos. So I can't debut it for you today. I should work on it in work, really, shouldn't I? It's showing in my town today. It doesn't happen very often in Texas. Oh, it's snowing in my town today, sorry. I was like, what's showing in your town today? I'm very confused. Yeah, I don't imagine it does happen too often in Texas. It's like when it snows in Florida and California. It's like, what? What is this? You're like North Texas, aren't you, Marcos? I think, but still, it's still the South, obviously, isn't it? Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts. Norks? Did somebody say Norks? Pardon me, dirty pig. The sex hobbyist. Oh my. Roxy seems to be a regular on Twitch now as well. Roxy the Riveter. I bet I'll summon her now, won't I? She'll just appear in the chat. Yeah, she's a regular on Twitch now. Or not streaming wise, I don't think. I don't think she's streaming anyway. But she's always in Orky's chat and in my chat. So it's good to see some familiar faces over there. I know Marcos pops in. Marcos's name on Twitch is better than his name on YouTube. That's one thing I'll say. And G pops in. Do you pop in, G? I think you pop into my Twitch now and again. Oh, Clint. Clint pops in. That's the name I was going for, but then I said G instead. But I think you do pop in G as well occasionally. And Darren McCormack Parker as well. So it is good to see familiar faces over there, and it gives me a certain amount of comfort. It is a very supportive community in general, whether it's Twitch or whether it's YouTube. Like the hobby community in general is very supportive, and I think you guys popping over to my Twitch, like I said, just gives me that encouragement, gives me that bit of familiarity. So if there's a lot of names in the chat that I'm not recognising, and then one of you guys pops in, it's like, oh yeah, thank you, welcome, what are you working on, blah blah blah. It feels a bit more conversational with someone I know than with someone I've not come across before. Which may seem silly to some, because a stranger is a friend you just haven't met yet. But yeah, I enjoy familiarity. You know, and understanding that you can have a joke with someone and stuff like that, and they won't take it the wrong way, or you hope they won't take it the wrong way anyway. So yeah, I enjoy when a familiar face pops into my Twitch. I have indeed 35 all this week, all this coming week. Degrees is that, I assume. Yeah, I drop in now and then. Wasn't planning on it, but I am watching you. I decided to get some paint on my Mega Dread. That is the perfect reason for me to do these streams, because I do enjoy. I enjoy myself watching a stream like this and just hearing someone waffle away and interact with the chat and whatnot, and it encourages me to do the hobby. And I come home more or less every night of the week from work now, and I'll stick, if I see someone streaming on Twitch or someone streaming on YouTube, I'll stick it on. If it's late on, that's the thing, because I go to bed so early at the minute. If it's late on, I can't always watch it. But if someone's streaming in like the early evening or the late afternoon or something, I'll stick it on, and it'll encourage me to do the hobby, or at least it'll sort of keep my motivation ticking over. So if I don't do the hobby, then it'll feel like I've kept my toe in the water kind of thing, and then I'll be more likely to do a bit of hobby the next day, because sometimes I'm exhausted at the end of the day, and I don't want to do the hobby. I just want to kind of sit down, chill out, have a bit of a conversation with people via the keyboard, yeah, and then I come back to it the next day and do a bit more hobby the next day that I may not have returned to for a good week or so. So I'm happy that it's working out that way for other people as well. And a reason I started my Twitch rather than streaming on YouTube as much as I was doing is because I felt like my YouTube channel was suffering from all the live streams I was doing. So I do want to try and grow the channel, continue to grow the channel. And since I've cut back the number of live streams I'm doing, it does seem to be ticking up again, the growth of the channel. Not at a big rate or anything, but it's going in the right direction again now. Whereas before, I felt like I was just, well, I felt like I was actually just losing subs at the same rate as now the channel's gaining subs again. So it's a little bit more encouraging now that I'm doing one live stream on YouTube and then one on Twitch, or at the minute on Twitch I'm doing, I did one yesterday, I did one Friday afternoon, and I'll be doing one Monday. It's a bit more impromptu on Twitch from time to time. I was saying earlier, I won't go into it in too much detail, but I'm trying to achieve affiliate status on Twitch at the minute, and the only thing the only sort of target I've got to achieve to get to affiliate status on Twitch at the minute, because I've achieved the rest of the targets you have to meet, the criteria you have to meet. The only thing I've got left to do is stream 7 times in 30 days. And with me doing one a week on a Monday evening, obviously I'm only ever going to do 4, maximum 5 in a month. So I'm doing like a chunk now, and if the 30 days or 31 days or 28 days, whatever it is, if that period is over today, for example, then my stream tomorrow won't qualify me for affiliate, so I'll do one again next Friday. And then then I'll be at affiliate status then. So yeah, hopefully I'll have affiliate status on Twitch, and you'll be able to subscribe to me on Twitch, where basically you can subscribe and get extra features in the chat, emotes and whatnot, and activate alerts and stuff depending on if you're a subscriber or if you're just a follower. And then I'll also hopefully activate my join button on YouTube as well. So I'm hoping to do something similar to what Orky did, or is doing, in the process of doing with the Blood Bowl miniatures, with say Necromunda miniatures or something like that. I'll convert one up to look like, if you say a subscriber for 2 months on Twitch, or if you're a channel donator or something like that. Basically, if you donate towards a channel, I'll try and convert a miniature up to look like, to represent you basically. We can sort of send ideas back and forth for what you want to represent you as a miniature. I'm hoping to do something like that. Maybe not right away when I become a subscriber, when I activate my affiliate status and stuff, but at some point in the future. G came across me because of the conquest content. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I had massive growth of the channel at that time. If GW released their next GW and Hatchet, or Hachet, as Kev at the Hobby Corner likes to say, Hachet. If GW released their next magazine this year, I don't think I'd subscribe to it, because I'm doing this Hobby 365 challenge, because it means I have to rush videos out on a regular basis and stuff like that. Or I might subscribe to it but not review it on the channel as regularly as I did. So we'll have to wait and see if GW do that in the first place before that becomes an issue I need to even think about. I've been getting dry, like, eczema all over my knuckles recently. It's really, like, past few days. It seems to be better this morning than it was for the past couple of days, but it's really weird, just come out of nowhere. I've always had like dry skin on my face and stuff like that, and on my head and whatnot. But yeah, got it like really bad, like proper eczema, like dry skin though. Like the stuff on my face and my head is like dry flaky mud, like dandruff or psoriasis or something like that. But I've never been diagnosed with psoriasis or anything. But yeah, just point of interest for you, what's going on in my life. That's such a cool mini 6+, Steve. I'll have to check it out myself. I've not seen it. Yeah, very motivating watching someone else painting. Gets you going, eh? Way. That's not that's the sort of joke I make on Twitch typically. Now I do make little jokes, double entendres and stuff like that on YouTube as well, but I try to keep it as family friendly as possible. On Twitch I swear a bit, whereas I don't swear on YouTube. and it's you know, a slightly different feel to the streams I do on Twitch. Definitely gets me going, says G. He beat me to the punch there with that joke. I only looked up Big Mac Dan Score because Dread said that Dan gave him a shout out in one of his videos. Oh, thank you very much, then Dread. I've got to thank Dread for one of my subscribers. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, Dread, when he came onto the scene, Dread, he sort of came out of nowhere and he blew up pretty quick, didn't he? And he's doing really well. Well, he was doing really well with his channel, and then he took a back seat, took a step back from the channel in the last year or so, but he's slowly getting back into things now and stuff. I think he's, I don't know too much about his life situation at the minute, but he's, you know, he's doing more streams and stuff again now, so hopefully we'll see Dread get back in the game in a big way soon. We were behind in Oz for Conquest, so I cheated and watched Dan review them, but I ended up cancelling it anyway. Yeah, I think a lot of people that were subscribed to it cancelled because the service wasn't amazing, frankly. Missed deliveries and late deliveries and constantly getting delays and stuff like that. It was a little frustrating for people. I was subscribed at the start, but I wasn't getting the deliveries anywhere near when I needed to get them to get my videos up. So I ended up just getting it from a shop that was close to where I was working at the time. I've watched Dan for ages, says Clint. I dropped off YouTube for a long while, but came back early last year. Yeah, it's great to have you back as well, because when you came back and you started doing them Big Mac Mel painting videos and stuff, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Sounds fun, sounds fun, sounds fun. What sounds fun? Oh, the miniature conversion thing, kit bashing things, I think. Yeah, I assume you mean. Yeah, rather than use them in Necromunda as well, I'll probably end up using them in Kill Team. So for people, Orky fans and stuff, you might want to be an Orc, you might want to be a digger, you might want to be, you know, something else. So I've got kits in place now where I can start thinking about kit bashes and adapting things to represent you or represent a character you come up with or something like that. So if people do subscribe, click that join button. If they donate in the super chat, if they donate to my Patreon, you know, I can set it up a number of ways. So you get a character designed after you. All agreed. Knuckle dandruff, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Gee, that's exactly what it is. Subscription buys Dan some lotion. Exactly, I need that lotion. Get that. It puts the lotion on its skin. It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. I think I prefer YouTube though. I just find Twitch a little, it is very chaotic, Twitch. Too much going on the screen. Maybe just me getting old. I was a reluctant adopter of Twitch. I was very much, it was Alex Attempts Tabletop. He's got a YouTube channel and he streams regularly on Twitch. He was saying in the Idic Bay Wargaming Unification group, when he was starting Twitch, like I think he was contemplating moving over to Twitch permanently, and I think he did at one stage. I'm still cold. I don't know why my heating's not warming me up. I'm just going to touch my radiator. Maybe my boiler's gone on the fritz or something. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to go see if that radiator is actually on. No, it is on. I can feel it as I get closer to it. It's just not getting to me yet. Very frustrating. I could do with a double radiator in here though, because this radiator in this room basically heats this room and upstairs, like up, because there's no door into the stairway, so it's like an open stairway almost. There's a wall there, but then the stairway behind it, there's an open door next to it. No door on the frame. But then there's one into the living room. So I'm just gonna put my dressing gown on for you. This nice relaxed Sunday morning stream. Just got a little bit more relaxed, didn't it? Yeah, so Alex Attempts Tabletop, he was contemplating making the move over to Twitch and sort of ditching YouTube, I think. And I was sort of firmly saying with him at the time, I don't see the point in Twitch because you can live stream on YouTube. I don't get this, that, the other, blah blah blah. It seems a little weird. You can't always find people's older videos easily and stuff like that. And the fact that you can edit on YouTube and have an edited video. The lighting's going weird now that I've put my dressing gown on. So because you can't, edit videos and stuff for Twitch, then it's pointless basically, is what I was saying at the time. But I think I've been encouraged to go and do it because I've seen like Orky's channel grow massively and stuff like that, and you can start earning on Twitch a lot sooner than you can start earning on YouTube and stuff. Although I was already earning on YouTube, but with ads and stuff like that. But then because my channel growth slowed down, I wasn't earning anything really. But now I've got a join button for YouTube that I've not activated yet, but I will be activating, like I said, so on and so forth. So like running the two together, you get different audiences, and it'll be interesting to see if I do make adjustments to the chat with commands and stuff like that on YouTube. It'll be interesting to see whether, and I'll be looking for your feedback on this as well, Clint, probably, whether you think the YouTube would get too chaotic or does become too chaotic. So I'll be looking for feedback because I'm conscious of the fact that Twitch and YouTube, you have different audiences. So if it becomes too chaotic, too much like Twitch, then I'd want to take it back a bit and probably make it more like that YouTube, like it is now basically, but with a few tweaks here and there to improve the viewer experience and whatnot. But yeah, there is a lot going on Twitch, and that was very much my opinion when I first started it. Or before I started it, when I first heard of Twitch, basically. Been watching Damn School for years, since before I started making content. Oh yeah, here's a thing that might get you a little excited, Stephen. Not too excited, but a little excited. Yeah, so I need to get these Flash Gitz finished, like today. I need to get them finished. The next thing I'm going to be working on though is potentially some Necrons, and hopefully I'll do record a video today and get it edited by tomorrow to get up on Tuesday on my thoughts on newer Necron models and stuff like that, and the bunch of new releases they've had, and then that'll lead into me painting on live streams the Necrons basically. Although I should be painting them as of Monday really on live streams, so I'll be painting them before the video goes up, but then you'll get to see the video on Tuesday, fingers crossed. Oh no, I'll probably say Wednesday actually. I'm thinking of switching my Tuesday videos to Wednesday just so I've got that extra night to edit it if I need to, because last week my video went up on Wednesday rather than Tuesday. And I've not actually seen how that video's performed, to be honest, but yeah, the videos going live on my channel on a more reliable basis, shall we say, seems to be helping the channel grow a little again, and keeps me motivated to keep doing the videos and keep doing YouTube. I've always enjoyed like the editing process when I've got time to sit down and do it. But when I was doing Mortal Realms videos, for example, I found I was rushing the editing process, so I wasn't always doing. I didn't always feel like I was doing myself justice with the end product, especially when I started doing scripted videos for Mortal Realms and stuff. So I was reading in work, trying to type up a script when I should have been working. Try to type up a script quickly that was coherent and kept the video about, tried to keep the video up to about 10 minutes. But then I constantly found the videos were about 5 minutes long, and I felt like I wasn't putting enough content into the Mortal Realms videos. I wasn't enjoying making the Mortal Realms videos, so that's when I stopped making Mortal Realms videos. And I think I mentioned this. I've just realised I've just come away from the camera there, by the way. But yeah, I think I've spoken about this on previous live streams and stuff. But yeah, so then after I stopped doing the Mortal Realms videos, the videos became really irregular on my channel, and the Warhammer 40k videos and that concept of, I think this this video I put up about Necrons might actually be a Warhammer 40k video as well, which you've not seen from me for a little while. It's more of a here's my thoughts on something video. So yeah, fingers crossed that'll get some positive feedback and whatnot. I thought may as well just get an army I want instead of picked for me, but it did get me back into the hobby. Yeah, it's a good magazine, Conquest, to be fair, and that's the thing it's trying to do. It's trying to get people into the hobby, or people to return to the hobby, isn't it? That sort of subscription magazine model. Yeah, I didn't get any feedback earlier for oh, Daka Flacka Flame. Welcome to the chat and the stream. Another regular on the old Twitch. Yeah, so I didn't get any feedback earlier. What colour do you think I should do this guy's bandana? Or I didn't notice any feedback earlier. So if you've got an opinion on what colour you think I should do this guy's bandana, let me know in the chat now. Just say the colour. Don't say colour. Just say what particular colour. Like, you know, red, pink, green, blue. Any joke suggestions, please let me know it's a joke. I'm not doing it pink, by the way. That's for sure. Not because I've got an issue with the colour pink, I think it'll clash too much with the rest of the colours on this miniature. I feel like I was talking about something, then I've completely stopped talking about it now. I can't remember what it was. Pretty sure I did. Blue, says Marcos. Marcos always wants something blue, doesn't he? The song's a bit weird. Dan Hefner. I just spotted the thingy. Buffalo Dan, radiator that brings back memories. Yeah, you don't have radiators in Australia, do you? As I sit next to the fan. Yeah, I remember Dan, Nick, and the 40k Orcs were some of the first channels I watched. And Templars Crusade, I love his. Yeah, Templars Crusade's channel was awesome. He did just his intro just made it seem like so professionally set up and everything and stuff. It was really cool. And that's I want to sort of come up with an intro for my channel. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, but I just don't quite know what to do. I was thinking about, you know, putting in some footage of various videos I've done over the years and whatnot, and cutting it together with some music, but just something I've never quite gotten around to doing. All it'd be is like a, you know, a 6-second intro or something like that. But I'd like to spend a bit of time on it to make sure I feel it represents what you're going to get on my channel. Average watch time 8 minutes 21 seconds. Wow. I've only just started using this. I'll show you on this camera actually. I've only just started using this actual monitor your stream thing on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why I've not used it in the past. Oh, look at how messy my desk is. Yeah, I've only just started using it. Odd. Yeah, they're looking better now. They've got the skin tone on them, I think. Is that painted? Yeah, that's painted. That's painted. Right, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Ha! Tank Busters. Ooh, Necrons. Cool, says Stevo. Yeah. So it's the ones from this. The Command Edition starter set. So let's see what we've got in here. I think it's like 10 warriors, a couple of characters and stuff. Yeah, it looks like we've got 10 warriors. I mean, you can't see this on this screen, it's too far away, but we've got 10 warriors, we've got 3 scarab bases, We've got some choppy boys, destroyers or something. We've got this fellow up here character, and then we've got a little like repair droney type thing. So yeah, that's the Necrons I'll be working on. And if I get these painted up, hopefully it'll encourage me to do some of the conversions I've long wanted to do using the models from the Mortal Realms magazines for what are they called? For flayed ones. Yeah, da 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 da. So the skin's looking all right now, I'd say. Ooh, skinny boys. More orcs, says Marcos. No, more orcs. Whoa, says Essex. I really like your videos, especially the ones that you add a bit of your sense of humour to. Yeah, that's what I enjoy doing. But I found with the Mortal Realms videos, I was doing a lot less of that basically, and I was becoming kind of salty about the magazine and just the setting in general, and I think it was making me come across a bit bitter and stuff like that. People still were commenting saying they enjoyed the content and stuff, but I just became a lot less motivated to do those Mortal Realms vids because I wasn't able to get any of that. I felt like I wasn't getting that personality across that I feel like people come to my channel for, but you know, sometimes I think you get ideas into your head and you perceive differently. You perceive things differently to the way other people perceive them about yourself. Do we have a clue what GW is thinking with the new magazine? I don't, but I imagine it'll be Necrons and Space Marines. However, I've heard a couple of theories about it being multiple factions because people liked that Mortal Realms latest Mortal Realms premium subscription came with small amounts of multiple factions. So I don't know how the point system works in Age of Sigmar. But you got like a character, I think you got like a character, a tank unit, and a battle line unit kind of thing. I say a tank unit, what I mean is like a bigger unit and a battle unit kind of thing, something along those lines, just to give you, like, dip your toe in the water with multiple factions. So if they did that with a magazine and sort of gave you the rules for kill team with it over the course of however long, I think that'd be pretty cool. So you get, say, over the course of the magazine, you might get, for orcs, you might get a unit of Flash Gitz, you might get a unit of boys, you might get a unit of knobs, a unit of grots, and a unit, and then like a character or two, and then you can build a kill team out of all those things, or you can build your characters by kit bashing and stuff like that. So whether they'd want to encourage you to kit bash in a magazine that's for newer hobbyists, excuse me, I don't see that happening, but you know, something along those lines would be pretty cool. Right, I'm going to try, because Marcos suggested blue. Oh, red. Red hearts for bandana. Yes, smiley face. Right, let me have a look. Oh, more orcs. Videos. Do you have a clue what's in the magazine? Smiley face. Oh, smiley face yellow. Oh, you know what? I'm tempted to attempt that, you know. I'll paint it yellow. I'll paint it Nazdrag yellow. And then I'll see how I like that colour. And then I might paint a smiley face on it. But if I don't like it, I'll go over it with a different colour. But yeah, I'll start with the Nazdrag yellow and see how I like it. I may end up doing it just orange, but I'll start with the Nazdrag yellow and I'll see how I like it. Because there's been a couple for the yellow smiley face. The aircon can do heat though and cool. Yeah, that's it. You've got the aircon, so you can just turn it to hot air, can't you? Central air is what I believe they call it in America, like we call radiators in the UK and boilers central heating. In America, I believe, in the US. Marcos can correct me if I'm wrong. Yellow could work. Another one for yellow there. Marcos could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they call it central air in America. A lot of the time, not all the time. I like Steve-O's intro, really simple but very effective. Thanks, Essex, says Steve. I was very surprised when he rolled a 6. Yeah. Very surprised indeed. So was I. No worries how many takes it get to get snake eyes. Right. Let's crack on with some yellow then. As I've now decided, I'm going to attempt a smiley face on top of that orc's head. I'm tempted, if I do get a smiley face on top of it, tempted to try and make it look like it's sort of just a pattern on the fabric kind of thing rather than intended as a smiley face. But I think, you know, whether I achieve that. AC is air conditioning, central air, they all work. So, bandana. Actually, I quite like that yellow with the way it's interacting with the purple because it's quite a rich yellow. I think it works quite well with the purple and somehow the orange as well, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. And the green. I often say that I don't like yellow orcs, and when I say that, what I mean is yellow armoured orcs. So, Steve-o, listen up. To be fair, you paint your bad moons with a limited amount of yellow, don't you? I think so. You paint them, say, with armor, like metals and splashes of yellow here and there. That works really well, actually. That yellow is a good shout. That splashes of yellow here and there. So that works really well, in my opinion. And that's what I did with some of the mega knobs I painted this year. They are Death Skulls. But I've painted the bulk of the armour in like grey and then splashes of blue here and there, and I think it works really well rather than slapping. I have got a mega knob that I've painted completely in blue, and I much prefer the grey ones, frankly. It gives you that clan link, but it's not so in your face. That yellow really works. That is nice, that, I have to say. Oh yes! That was a great shout, G. Great shout. Now I'll ruin it with a smiley face on top. Once it's dried. Aircon got a short and everything. I need to get some heart in my, some heat in my garage, not heart. I think it's because I was thinking about Darren McCormack Parker's suggestion of painting red hearts on it. D McP. D McP. That's what I should start calling you, Darren. D McP. It sounds like a name for a penis or something. Do you want to meet my friend D McP? Death Skulls for the win, says Bazza. His is not a bright yellow. Yeah, it's not a bright yellow, Steve-o's. I need to dial back the whiskey on Saturdays. Blah. Yeah, I drank half a bottle of rum last night as I was watching Be the Little Mermaid and Orky stream Phasmophobia. And I just feel foggy today. I don't feel massively hungover or anything, but I didn't want to drink that much whiskey. It's just I kept thinking, I'll just have a little bit more. Just have a little bit more. Another finger or two, another couple of fingers of it, and then just like ended up drinking half the bottle. Very nice, very nice rum. I'm not really a fan of bright yellow. Me neither. A lot of people paint their Imperial Fists this sort of yellow, whereas I paint my Imperial Fists that sort of yellow. I like a dirty, dirty looking yellow myself. So yeah, I lean away from I lean away from a bright yellow myself. Bazza always laughs at the knobs. It looks good like that. Don't paint a smiley face, says Marcos. Don't paint a smiley face. I'll leave it for a bit. I may come back and paint a smiley face, but yeah, I'm not fancying the smiley face myself because it takes it out of universe kind of thing for me. So I may go back and paint a smiley face on it, but not today. Not yet anyway, not on stream. I've been called worse. Knobs, dirty, dirty. Dirty, dirty. Oh, I could paint a bit of Nazdrag on that, couldn't I? Dig-a-dig-dig. Nah, I'll leave it as silver. Right, so they're sort of coming together, these lads. Look at that. Sort of coming together, right? Need to wash this gun. Do I want to put any other colours on the gun then? Maybe. You know what I'm going to do? Oh yeah, I want to do the orange on them, don't I? Want to use this Griffhound orange to sort of intensify that orange on the fabric of their clothes a little bit. And what I might do as well is change those wires to look a bit orange on the gun. Those wires on the gun that are just above his hand there. Mountain Dew yellow and dehydration yellow if we're judging by the toilet bowl colour. Nice. Orcs love smiley faces, says G. Your orcs might. Wow, that tasted weird. But my orcs don't necessarily love smiley faces. Actually, you look at the Bad Moon logo. Maybe they do love smiley faces. Grinning maws and whatnot. Grinning maws, smiley faces. Orcs love it all. I'll need to re-glue that bit of ammo onto the thing as well before I forget. Orange. Orange intensifies. Oh, it's 20 to 12. I was going to have a bath after this stream, but I've got to get out and do some shopping, haven't I? I thought I picked up the Blood Angels Red for a second. I was like, this seems pretty dark. Just when it's wet, I think. Now the problem here is getting in behind this boss pole. Oh yeah, look at that. That is intense, that, isn't it? That orange. I don't know what orange colour this is. I don't even know. Is it a Vallejo colour? Is it a GW colour? I'm just not sure, you know. Whatever it is, I used an airbrush to stick it on. I think I'm going to give up the rest of the night and just go to bed. See you all later. No worries, Dak Flak of Flame rather. Thank you very much for popping in and joining me for a bit. I made the mistake of gluing my Flash Gitz head instead of leaving the guns off. Silly Bazzer indeed. I love the purple you have on the shoulder armour. Yeah, it looks like, I was saying earlier, it looks a bit like that muzzle heat effect. It's Vulpus purple, I think. Is it? It's one of the contrast purples. Magos purple, rather. Magos purple. I think it's like, it just happens that I've sort of created that effect accidentally. On the shoulder pad, on the inside, it just looked a bit orangey, and then on the outside, it was like grey, and then it sort of created almost like a heat effect by accident. Like that shoulder pad sort of been welded together or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it is a mistake sometimes. It's frustrating sometimes when you stick a model together when you should have really left it in a couple more pieces just to be able to reach certain areas of it. Like a lot of this chest piece you're not actually going to see much of. But I'd like to paint it so the bits that you can see, you can tell what colour they're supposed to be, or they're supposed to read as from like a distance. How's everybody, without any spoilers, how's everybody enjoying WandaVision if you're watching it? Really enjoyed the latest episode, and overall I'm enjoying it. Took me a little while to get fully invested in it, a couple of episodes at least, but now we're like 5 episodes deep. I'm fully invested and fully enjoying it, and I wanna see how it concludes. Apparently the final 3 episodes, 6, 7 and 8, are all going to be like an hour long nearly, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to hear. Essentially that feels to me like it's going to be, if you sit down and watch them all together, it's going to feel like a 3-hour movie, which Marvel are very much known for now with their Endgame and whatnot. Yep, loving the way that orange is looking now. When it dries out, it looks slightly different, but that looks proper intense, that orange now. And the yellow and purple work really well together. I was thinking about putting some orange on that shoulder pad, but I think I'll leave it. I might paint some checks on it in the future. Oh, I need to do that bit on there as well. I might change the colour of that. I'll just stipple a little bit of this on, because I want it to look like sort of flaking off paint kind of a deal. I say stipple, like very gently stipple. I'm not like using my wash brush as a stipple brush. I'm liking the look of that, I have to say. I'm digging it. Digging it, digging it, digging it. But then, again, like I said, you're covering up most of that until you turn the miniature around. You're not going to see. There's a lot of orange there on it. So, it does seem a little bit like almost pointless, but I like it overall. I've only recently started painting sub-assemblies, says Clint. Yeah, it's when you start doing it, it's like I feel like it's a bit of a revelation when you're like, oh, why haven't I done this, for longer? It just seems like a hassle to keep everything separate, I think, though, before you start sub-assembling. I don't know whether to change the colour of that little tabardie bit, actually. It's, it's not going to be seen, I might just leave it. Just gonna get a bit more paint on the lid of this. I like to reach from that little lid bit of the GW pots, so you're not dipping your whole brush in the paint. I like it a lot. Flashy, yeah, that's the idea, isn't it? Gotta get them as flashy and snazzy as possible. Oh, were you saying I like it a lot with WandaVision? First episode was great. Second and third, I was getting a bit frustrated, but fourth was much better. Interesting you say the first episode was great. I think I was having trouble establishing what it was in my head. Like, I kind of wanted a bit more story in the first episode, where what we got was dropped into a sitcom. And it was like, I just want to know what this is. And then the end of the episode, it's like, they give you a little teaser, and it's like, well, yeah, I get that now, but I wish there was a bit more of that throughout the episode. And then as it's gone on, like I love the latest episode, like I said. What colour is the gun? The gun is it's a blue, but I'm not. I think I'll keep them blue, but then I'll paint certain panels on them, maybe with bits of red and stuff, to bits of red and bits of white, to give me that little bits of orky feel, so you can actually see the glyphs and whatnot. Oh, someone's gone live on Twitch. Let's see who it is. Twisted is live on Twitch. He's a hobbyist from the Netherlands. They will look fantastic and suitably flashy. I don't like doing sub-assemblies, but I will be doing more and more in the future. That's it with things like Gazgul and stuff like that, and the way the building models, GW are building models at the minute, 3D design and computer-aided design and whatnot. You sort of have to paint bits of them before you assemble them, like especially when they've got like a decorative base, like a lot of the Age of Sigmar models seem to have them, and the Iniad, the Eldar God of the Dead, the Avatar of Iniad, that's got like a swirly effect on the base, so you have to kind of paint things in sub-assemblies, and they seem to be going that way more and more. So for Valentine's Day, the wife got me the Lumineth box set with Codex and dice, also Beastmen Start Collecting box set. Very nice, Bazza, very nice. Good choice on the yellow bandana. I didn't know the gun was blue. Yeah, it's blue. It's like a really dark blue, a Vallejo one. Vallejo. But yeah, it's a blue. Might be time for some Tim Tams. Nice. I've got some fake little penguins in the cupboard, so I might have some of them post stream just to give myself a little energy boost with a cup of tea. Yeah, agreed, Marcos. Sub-assembly is a pain. Really helps with painting though. Ooh, Tim Tam, says Essex. Well, there's a lot of tonguing going on in the chat now. I'll leave you lads to it, shall I? I want to get these beggars more or less finished. Just to a position where I've basically got to finish the basing. But I keep stopping. And I don't know why. Just realised there's a leather pouch here that I've completely missed. That's the thing when you're painting. As you sort of turn and twist the model, you see things that you've missed and you're like, oh, you little bugger. Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing them shoulder pads black, to be honest. The ones I've not painted yet, so I think I will go in with the black and do them in black. Wow, that's a lot of orange I just slapped on there. Painting intensifies. Might get a ban. Careful, G. Don't annoy Nightbot. I've not got Nightbot active on the thingy, to be fair. On the YouTube. I do need to set up Nightbot on YouTube properly. But yeah, ban is not what you need, is it? I won't ban you on purpose, says Marcos. I did accidentally hide all of Roxy's comments one morning. Yeah, that was funny. He answered his phone and his ear basically deleted Roxy. Didn't know that was supposed to be flesh or fabric. I think it's actually supposed to be flesh and I've just completely mispainted it. Not to worry. I think fabric works as well. I've painted that one. It's this fella now I need to give some attention to. Oh, thank you very much, Essex, for popping the Patreon link into the chat there. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so over on Patreon. There's 3 tiers that you can help me at. You can donate to the channel. You can also donate via Super Chat if you wanted to as well, if you find that a little easier. And that gives you a highlighted message. Not that I gives you a highlighted message, which I will notice. Not that I get that many messages in the chat that I don't tend to like. I tend to read most of the messages anyway, so it gives you no advantage really. The highlighted message on my channel, but just you know, bit fancy, innit? Bit fancy. And don't forget to hit that like button, people. That's for the snazzy shirt, lotion, rum, of course, minis. Yeah, exactly. Minis come last though on this channel. It's all about the snazzy shirt and lotion and rum first. Oh, did you hear that crack? That was my neck. Dan's Nightbot doesn't exist, or does it? Just got the tea on, getting ready for the Tim Tam Slam, the Tim straw, the Tim Tam straw. I assume you mean. Yeah, that's the way to do it, mate. I've never had a Tim Tam, but I do the same with penguins and, you know, biscuits that are like penguins, basically. Just bite off a couple of corners, dip one end in my tea, and slurp through it. Makes it go all melty and lovely, and then I shove the rest of the penguin in my mouth. Oh, my wrist's starting to ache. I think I'm basically, because the way the microphone's positioned on my desk, it's taking up the space that my elbow wants to be in as I paint this miniature. So I'm painting in a slightly uncomfortable position, but it's not too bad. You know what's up? Yeah, that's right, I do know what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? I've already painted that side. Ah, nearly went over it again. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but it changed the tone of the paint slightly, I think. Get that old. Oh, that's not the dry brush. Yeah. Just got a bit of orange on the metallic work, so I needed another brush to quickly push the paint away. Oh, link to Twitch as well. Thank you very much, Clint, for popping that in there. Superb. You are a fantastic mod, I have to say. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be streaming for. I think I may well end it after I finish the orange on this guy. So these links are coming at the perfect time. Right before I end the stream. Because like I said, I do need to nip out and do some shopping. Woke up yesterday morning, popped into Freakin' Mythos's live stream from their Friday evening live stream, as it is in the States. It was like I woke up about 10 to 5 or something like that in the morning, and then immediately opened their live stream, commented, and then they started chipping some of my miniatures off, and I was like, yay, that's me. It was like they'd summoned me. It's fantastic. That's normally what happens with Roxy. Someone mentions her in the chat and then she just appears, but it's not worked today. See how heavy-handed I am when I sort of stipple this a bit. It's like I'm really bending the boss pole. Like an absolute Looney Tune. Echo! I love Frost and Fist, but the time zones suck for me. Yeah, that's it. I miss it most weeks, but not very... Well, I don't miss it properly because, you know, I miss the live, obviously, but I watch it back in the following days normally. Right, let's stick these guns in position. Most of the other ones do, besides when Dan does these early ones. Yeah, I do. The reason I sort of kept these early ones going for a little bit, but then I kind of stopped them. Accidentally, really. It wasn't intentional. I kind of stopped them, was... I still need to do the blacks. Right, so the reason I liked doing them is because I was getting people like G and Billy Binks in the chat and that. You know, hobbyists from the other side of the world. So that's how he's looking. He's looking pretty snazzy, I'd say. Move that, see if that changes. Yeah, there we go. So you can see he's looking pretty snazzy. Still need to drill those barrels. Still need to paint in the blacks in various areas. That's the first time I've said that this stream, but hey, there we go. So you can get your Big Mac Dance School drinking game on the go. Drinking game on the go now with my various areas comments. That's how he's looking. He's not far off completion, I'd say. And then this fella as well. That's how he's looking. Very nice. Still need to do a bit of work. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. He's alive. Look at that. Well, hey, now he's holding the gun again. Magic. Yeah, so that's that fella. That's how he's coming along. Don't need to drill the barrels on that. That's a big chunky barrel now. And then finally, this fella who's bottom bit of ammo keeps falling off. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Again, just still need to add in the blacks, but that's how they're looking. These Flash Gitz, they're not far off completion now, or they're closer than they were before stream at the very least. I'm liking them, to be honest. I wasn't convinced I was anywhere near completion, but now I need to just put the blacks in everywhere. Do a few bits on the guns and that. I think I want to add a few colours, a bit of red here and there on the various glyphs and whatnot, and then wash the guns to make them pop a little bit more, and then that'll be pretty much done. So yeah, it's been a good, fun stream and a productive stream, that's for sure. Let's go back to the opening stream cam. Well, let's get that out of the way as well. Boom, look at that, magical. I'm sat off to one side here, and of course I've just lost the chat. It has returned. Yeah, Frost and Fist, they are, I do love their live streams, and their live streams help me get hobby done. And that's, like I was saying when Steve-O mentioned he was getting some hobby done. I enjoy this type of video because it encourages me to get hobby done. I see other people chatting away about the hobby, or just doing hobby and chatting away to each other about various things. Really encourages me. I'm tired. Really encourages me to get that little bit of hobby done sometimes when I need a kick up the arse. Just so you all know, the Tim Tam tasted delicious. That is good to know, G. I'm glad you enjoyed it. One shot down. Looking good, Dan. So these will be finished today, or today and next. So these will be finished today, hopefully, and then onto Necrons next, as I was saying to Steve-O earlier. I'm hoping to get them built today, but it depends how early in the day I finish these. And I want to do a video where I talk about the Necrons and stuff, so I'll film myself building them, hopefully, and then use that as the footage in the video, the B-roll, if you like. Yeah, looking good, Dan. I think it's the dressing gown. Yeah, I think it is the dressing gown that's making it look good. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in. You may have seen in the chat there, Clint posted a couple of links, one to my Twitch, one to my Patreon, where you can help support the channel. I also have a link to Facebook and Instagram in the description below, as well as those Twitch and Patreon links. They should be in the description anyway. If they're not, then you can find me. Just go to each respective site and search for Big Mech Dance School, and I'm sure I'll come up. On Instagram it's at big_mech_dance school, but most of the time it's just all one word. I still have my Indomitus box to paint. Yeah, that's mine are from the starter box, my Necrons, the Command Edition starter box, so that's what I'll be working on next, hopefully, to get a nice batch out of the way, hopefully in a couple of days if I can. But it may take a little bit longer. I've never painted Necrons, well, I've not painted Necrons for a long time anyway, let's put it that way. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and yeah, we'll call it a day there. It's been a fantastic stream. I've gotten more done than I anticipated getting done, really. I had a little hope that I might get the Flash Gitz finished, but yeah, like I said, thanks for everyone who joined in the chat. You've kept me going. You've kept me plugging away at this 365 challenge, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the battle.